Alright, y'all, welcome back for another weekend. So last weekend we left off, we was working on the Yamaha Blaster. It we done a compression test on it and whatnot, and we was right around 98 pounds on the compression. It was due for a long time top end. So we tore it apart, and I showed you a little bit of it and whatnot. I hadn't at that time I hadn't had time to make up my mind what I was going to do just yet, as far as what was bad. I know I had said something about possibly a piston and ring kit. The cylinder on this quad is the stock OEM cylinder. The cylinder on the quad is has been bored as maximum as far as it can go from the factory before you get into sleeve problems and whatnot. It was bored to a 68.25. So real quick, we're gonna take a look at a few things. I showed y'all, I believe, and I'll do it again. So we uncover this. This is the bottom end. So this is a Vito's bottom end. It's in perfect condition. I do have some side to side play in it, but there is no up and down, none in it whatsoever. So that's a good sign right there, as of, as far as the bottom end goes. Really pleased with that. So that's a Vito's stock. It's a stock Vito's crank is all it is. It ain't really nothing special. I think those cranks are about $300, something like that. All right, so let's talk about the top end. This is a cylinder, of course, and this is our piston. This is a Wiseco forged piston. It is. I expect Wiseco is probably one of the best there is out there. One of them. And you can see right on the top. I don't think the camera will pick it up, but this is a 68.25 piston. The rings on this, all of this part right here was kind of concerning. We done the the ring gap thing, and I'll do it real quick in front of y'all, but just to show you what a ring gap looks like on something that is like this. Basically, we're gonna put the ring in like this inside the cylinder. I'm gonna take the piston right here, and we're just gonna even the ring up. And I'm not going to even bring a set of filler gauges out on this, because the gap in it is it's unreal. I'll show you the gap real quick. So that is our gap. That is a huge hole in between that ring right there. Obviously it is wore out. No good. We got into the cylinder. I looked at it a little more careful. We're not going to go back. I'm not going back with this cylinder right here. This cylinder has exceeded its life. I can't really save it. It's really close to the sleeve on it. The sleeve is, you know, I could probably put another sleeve in it and all that, but I'm not gonna do that. Just this right here ain't really worth it. So the head is fine. The head is more than fine. It was okay. It didn't get hurt none. Basically what I'm looking at is I'm called up a guy that deals with these blasters. He's in Connecticut. If y'all ever get a chance to check him out, you can. His name is Ken O'Connor. Ken O'Connor's Racing. He has a head kit for one of these, the jug and the head. We're going to order the jug from him and the piston. It's a forged setup. Forged piston 68.25. He's got the jug itself ready to go. I'm going to do the port and polish job myself. But the head also, the top part head, we're going with what they call a Hemi head. Ken O'Connor takes these heads right here and he mills down this top lip right here, and he mills that down to where it's flat, and you get tons of compression out of one when you do that. So we're going to wind up getting a head from him, the Hemi head. We're going to get the cylinder from him, and then the bore matched forged piston that he has, we're going to go with that. So that's the plan on this. Like I said, I didn't want to I wanted to try to use this head if it was possible, but it's not possible. It's got, like I said, some scoring going on in it. It's not worth putting a sleeve in it, so we're just going to ditch this one. I think maybe Ken, he's actually in need of the heads and the jugs right now. He takes them and remachines them and all kinds of stuff, and sends them back out. I'm not going to spend that on this stock cylinder. I'm going to go with a he has and actually the cylinder he's offering to sell is a OEM cylinder, but it has been re-sleeved to fit the bore that I want. So it didn't things weren't too terrible to get apart. My reed cage looks okay on it. I'm not crazy about this. I think it's a couple spots in it right there on the face of it. We'll just cross that bridge when we get there. When we get ready to put this in, we'll probably scoop one of those up as well. But yeah, so I thought it was going to look a lot worse than this. Like I said, I don't know how many hours is on this top end. I have no idea. I bought this quad like that. Keep in mind, it does have the FMF. It does have the FMF fatty gold and the slip-on power core. We're also running a advanced 4-degree timing on it. It does have the left-hand Banshee carb. This one right here is a 30 mil left-hand Banshee carb. So yeah, we're gonna see what Ken can hook us up with. And like I said, I called him the other weekend. He was busy. He called me back, and it was good to hear from him. So we're going to get to laying out the parts exact as far as what's needed and get those on order. And like I said, when the jug comes in, we're going to take the jug and we're going we're gonna port and polish it. We're gonna do a couple things to it. This jug right here, some of the stuff you can see this right here. These areas right here are what they call the transfer ports. Somebody's already done chamfered the ends down on them right here on both sides of this. This allows the gas and airflow to go down through these with ease. Somebody did sit down and cut these real nice. I don't think nobody's ever done a port job on this one. Kind of looks like it has never been touched as far as that aspect goes. But we are going to do a full-on port and polish on the next one that shows up. I talked to Ken about that. He's got some kits that he offers that helps to port these holes. So like I said, I figured I'd show y'all this this video and let y'all know, you know, kind of what I've got, what I'm looking at, and the route that I'm going. So appreciate y'all watching, and we're gonna start ordering some parts here real soon. Hopefully in the next week, 2 weeks, we'll be able to start maybe porting on this. It's gonna on one of these. It's gonna be kind of hectic in December because in December I'll be working out of town a lot for that month. So I'm gonna have to, you know, do this when I can. Like I said, this is not I don't make money off of YouTube. I just do this for fun. So I want to show y'all real quick. This is the guy I watch all the time. That's him right there, Ken O'Connor Racing. Y'all need to go check him out if y'all ever need any two-stroke. I think he does a lot of four-stroke builds too. The guy is really slick in his work. He's well known all over the world. So I've seen a lot of his stuff on the internet, and that is the only reason why I have reached out to him. It's because you know, it's cut and dry with him. It ain't no in between. Yeah, and you ain't getting Chinese stuff. This quad, again, I ride this one, and I hope to get to do some riding this spring and summer on it with some friends. So I kind of want it to be ready, and he's got the know-how and he's got the parts to make that happen. So y'all ever get time, go check him out. I appreciate y'all watching, and we will catch you on the next one.